Hi, Sag. This is your story. I've been sitting here with the cards, the images, and the energies to get a feel for it. And if you can hear water, I have a leak inside the house. And if you can hear that guy snore, he does that every time he sleeps. You hear that? That's him. Yeah, all night, all day. Love it. All right, so here's your story. This feels very much like you are in a in-between within yourself and probably the outside world. Of course, we're during these times during the pandemic, but well, let's start and you'll see what I mean, what I've seen so far. What's the other thing? An in-between when you need stillness is the bigger message here. Okay, so let's start. Apocalypsis is your first card. So either you have or you are going to. Something just came to light, something dark, some truth, some very inner truth. And this could be reflected outside of you, of course, everything is. But some inner truth just came to light. It was a big realization that just came up. Oh, it's so funny, and it's got two, it has that eye in the middle for the vision. Can't actually tell that it's an eye that much here, but then it has these four flames or whatever that is. Can't really tell. They look like flames. Anyway, something just came to light. I'll tell you why I said that in a minute. Something just came to light about yourself, some deeper truths. Probably about your shadow part, obviously, about your shadow side. And it had to do with this kind of energy, the father energy within you, which has probably been harnessed from a father figure or a masculine energy in your life, an authority figure. It feels like it's been a part of yourself that you've been sort of pushing away or avoiding or ignoring, or basically you've been abandoning this part of yourself, this truth about yourself, but now it's come back up and it's actually asking you to put a light to, this is the two messages with this card in this spread for the general reading, is it's asking you to shed a light into this part of you. Don't be afraid, don't abandon it once more. Shed a light into this part of you that has a tendency to abandon things or to disappear or to not protect or maybe not give. Not give of yourself or open up all the way or speak up, that kind of thing. There's a part of you that you've been denying. Perhaps you didn't want to recognize it within yourself, and it's asking you, this card over here, the flame, is asking you to, one, shed a light to it, really look closer at it, but not like, this is the flame, this is a gentle flame, this is not a fire or a giant, burning disaster. This is just a flame, just to gently look at it, gently illuminate this aspect of you within yourself. And two, the second message with this card is doing that, looking at that part of yourself, whatever it is, and it could be all of those, who knows, it's different for everybody. We're complex beings, we have a multitude of things within us and energies all the time. This part of you that abandons, that doesn't protect, doesn't give, doesn't open up, doesn't speak, whatever it is. Or it could be the other way. You could be an overgiver. You could be somebody who communicates too harshly, but you communicate, and that kind of thing. It could go the other way. Like, instead of abandoning, you stay in whatever situation you are way too long when you know you should have gotten out of it. That kind of thing. It could be the opposite too. Whatever it is about you that came to light, you are about to recognize that in yourself right now, and it's asking you to, that's not a negative within yourself. It's your fire, it's who you are on the inside, and it's actually asking you to use that father energy to protect that part of you in a healthy way, in a more gentle way than just, like, for example, this flame over here, if you're about to abandon somebody, it would just go out. Or if you have abandonment issues, this flame would just go out. You can't see. No more light. If it's the other way around when you're over here, this flame now starts to overburn everything or become a giant fire. Arson, that kind of thing. I like extremes, which is funny because this is about extremes. Either way, it's asking you to look at that in a gentle way and almost like nurture that part of you. Protect it while you're looking at it. Don't, and the next card is, don't be so critical of yourself, or if this is somebody outside of you that is pushing all these traits out of you, don't be so overly critical, don't be so harsh, don't be so quick to judge. Find that balance between... My cats are walking around. Hi. Find that balance between the overgiver and the abandoner, or the one who stays way too long in a situation, or the one who just at the first sign of the thing that goes wrong shuts down or leaves, or that kind of thing, doesn't put any work or doesn't talk, or that kind of thing, or speaks too harshly. Find the balance between the prosecutor who does the wrong thing and the judge who fights for justice, for what's right, or for the highest good, for the best call, for the just call. Let's start here with the, I should have started with this. I don't have a specific spread. I shuffle, and whatever cards comes out, I trust is a story that needs to be told. And for each one of the 3 decks, exactly 5 cards of each came out. So Sag, if you've been seeing 555 or things like that lately, this might be an indication of resonation, or maybe look up those numbers and see what resonates in them for you. Koi fish spirit, here, there's always enough. Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. He always says something when I sneeze. He always checks up on me. There's always enough. So perhaps this is a part of you that... the part of you that doesn't give. You become more like a hoarder maybe, or not a hoarder, like overprotective of your own thing and your own self, that you're not sharing yourself, you're not opening up, that kind of thing. Or you just realize that you've been overgiving so much of yourself that you shut down and you just pulled everything back to complete level, and it's actually trying to remind you to also get out of that overprotective energy and to remember that there's always enough. So when you are in need, you will be provided with. The next card is the Fox Spirit, think on your feet. So it's really asking you to go within and really dissect the situation and yourself and whatever's come up, this truth that's come up. Don't overdo it, where you overthink yourself to deceptive conclusions, but really think of it in a clever and honest way, is what this card is saying. Again, and this came out right above the flame. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. So you see and they're very similar energies and colors over here. One of it is a little warm, harsher or warmer, and the other one is more gentle over here. Think on it and really give it an honest shot, but at the same time, don't become this overcritical judge, critic, and pessimistic or negative thinker, and just look at it in a more gentle way, in a more it really feels like you're balancing the harsher and the more nurturing aspects of your masculine energy, the father inside of you, whatever you were impacted by your masculine energy in your childhood or in your life right now. It's really asking you to find an in-between between the person who stays too long in a situation when you know there's nothing there anymore, and who just at the first sight abandons. There's got to be a middle between those two. See, Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide again, the koi fish. So there's always enough in the. So whenever you are in need, you will be provided with. So don't be scared to get back out there and give again, or if you have more than enough, don't be scared to give give the excess, give the extras that you have. And these two, the abundance cards, the there's always enough in abundance, came right on the outside of these two energies on the inside, the fox and the spirit, the balancing of the too harsh and too gentle. So it feels to me like you have enough, you've had enough of whatever it is that you have in your life, whether it be attention, love, material stuff. You're protected, you're taken care of. Don't become so closed off, because now, especially during this apocalyptic, that this pandemic, you were like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen next, I'm going to keep it all to myself because I want to stay safe. If you have extra, it's asking you to be a little bit more open about things. And really, when you do that, you're going to let it shine. You're going to let this beautiful energy, this beautiful part of you be seen and be expressed, and this beautiful part of you. And this is the 5th card from the Animal Spirit deck, and this is the 5th card from the Archetypal deck, the vision. It's almost like, people will see that. And so the vision here has a lot of things in it. It's got 2 owls. So if this is about a relationship because of 2 owls here, but this could be about the masculine and feminine within you, but this could be actually being mirrored in a relationship outside of you right now because of the 2 birds. It's got the mountain here. It's got a moon. It's got 2 set of hands holding. It's got the serpent in the middle forming the serpent is like forming a circle. It seems like you've got the light of day, but it's got the moon, and then you've got the dark of night, but it's kind of looking like the sun is rising. It's very much, there's so much more going on, but anyway, it's very much like, not only will you be given, once you figure this out, once you balance yourself out, you will be given a vision, you'll be given the energies that perhaps you've been asking for or searching for. But also, once you do that, it's almost like people will see that or just energetically feel it, and they will almost flock to you because of how generous and how nice and how generous of a person you are, or how good a person you are. That was my ankle popping. That's why I've been moving around. It was hurting. It's funny. We end here on the archetype oracle deck with the vision, and we start in the shaman oracle deck with the vision quest. So clearly you've been asking questions, you've been trying to figure out what your next steps are, what to do about a situation, about a relationship, about connection, whatever it is, or within yourself, what's going on within yourself. You've been asking, but you've been so busy asking and trying to figure it out yourself in your mind, perhaps, that you haven't been taking enough time to stop, to be still, and to let the messages come in. Because this card says that your answers have been given to you, but you've been so busy with whatever else you're doing, perhaps being overcritical about something, that you're missing the answers that have come in. So if you relax, stay still, meditate, get bored for a little bit, those answers will become louder and louder for you, and you'll finally be able to discern them. And then you'll be given the staff, and the staff is basically what I've been saying with these masculine energies, the polarity of this energy, and then the fox and the deer, is the staff is the ability to, there we go, it's the instrument that says that you have the ability to find a midpoint. So where you are here too critical, too deceitful, too conniving, too much in your head about something, and here you're too much overgiving, you're too good, you're too gentle about, you let people walk all over you, you become a prey. There is a middle here, a middle ground here. And once you can stop and have that vision come to you, Stop your mind, stop whatever your actions you're doing, stop asking so many questions. Ask once and then let it go, and the answers will come to you once you do that. And that's when you will feel this energy come in the staff, the ability to find the middle ground, the answer, the middle ground between extremes. Now this is when it gets super interesting, and this is why I mentioned the 4 flames in this card before. It's because the Indian cross is also about the north, south, east, and west kind of thing. They all, it's almost like, yes, this is saturated with questions and answers that have come your way, that are available to you. And it's not just 1 or 2 answers. It's actually a balance between these 4 corners of your energy. So, for example, the positive side and the negative side of your father energy, and the positive side and the negative side of your judging energy. You know, too much of a giver, too little of a giver, too much of a thinker, too little of an overthinker. What it is that you're going through is you are actually balancing 4 corners of yourself, and within those 4 corners, the polarity of both, you know? So it's almost like 8 energies that you're trying to balance out, and the answer that you're looking for is going to be found right in the middle, not when you spend all your time here, Once you get all of those, ask the question, and it's the symbol of the middle hole or circle, whatever you want to call it, is actually, it's almost like you're piercing through time, and that's why you're able to balance yourself out. When you're not doing too much of overgiving or keeping to yourself, overthinking, or not thinking at all about something, those kinds of things. Oh, damn. I can't remember what East and West is. I'm sorry. Well, that's okay. This is general. You gotta do your work. If this was personal reading, I would definitely get those answers. It's not coming to me. But it's almost like you'll be able to stop time, and within that circle, once you figure out all of those things and you stop, the answer will come, and it'll be right in the middle. It'll be the balance of all of these questions. Here, the next card is the Witness. And I find that funny because the last card that came out is the Wind. And again, a similar message. There's a lot going on here. This is a lot of work. And this is really about your masculine energy that's off balance. The patriarchy, which is something that's going on in the collective right now. So obviously some people are going to feel it more than others because they're going through it more harshly within themselves than others. So Saggy, if that's you, thank you for doing all that work. The Witness and the Wing. So the Witness, again, is that ability to observe yourself and observe your surroundings without being too attached to any outcome. There's something else here. Sorry, I'm trying to get the... okay. Being able to observe your thoughts. So if you're going to be able to get into that witnessing of yourself, of your thoughts, of your situation, is the thing that's going to help the messages come in and be clear to you. You witness, instead of, you're meditating and a thought comes in and you really latch onto that thought and you let it build up and you really poke at it, and you really just become this critical, negative thinker perhaps. It's really asking you, let the thought come. Don't judge it. Don't put anything to it. Let it go. Let the next one come. Witness everything, because in that openness of what's going on, you will see exactly where the answer lies and where you need to whatever move you're trying to make, whatever change you're trying to make. This is definitely about a change and a transformation because of the 555. It's going to come to you in that space. And then the wind is literally the winds of change. This giant change is going to come to you once you figure this out. And this again speaks of the four corners, the four winds. You know how, like I can only think of Mary Poppins at the very beginning, I think. There's the, you know, I want to say stereotypical, the typical, like it's a rooster with the north, south, and the wind moves it, or a cow, or it depends, whatever it is. It's going to be huge change that's going to come and take care of whatever this is for you, whatever you're going through, whatever you're trying to figure out. But it's not time yet. It's not time yet. This card over here says that you had the opportunity and you missed your window, and there's going to be another opportunity coming for you to be able to do that. That is that is a better opportunity. That is a better time, better timing. Why am I having such a hard time? Better timing, or better, it's going to be forget it. It's going to be a better opportunity like that than you doing it right now. Wait, because an opportunity will come to you for you to fix this or whatever it is that you've been going through to balance yourself out. There will be another opportunity that comes at the right time. So don't make a move right now. Right now, get into that stillness. Get the answers that you need, because once the answers come in, you will be given a vision. You will be given a sign. You will be given the go-ahead, the opportunity to finally make the choices to make this huge transformational change in your life or within yourself. Okay? So I hope this helps, Saggy, and I will see you next time.